Okay, we're live.
We're live.
We
Hi.
are. Good morning.
Good morning, lovely Jeffrey and Nancy Jean back again.
Yes.
Liking it, loving it.
That's what gets me up on Sunday morning, Scott.
I know I woke up at like 8:06 or something. And I woke up before the alarm and I was like, oh, did I miss the alarm? And then as I'm getting out of bed, it started making the noise. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you'll hear it's going to rain, and so it's cloudy. And usually the sun rises here, and when it comes up at 6, everything is lit up outside. And when it's not lit up, it's hard to tell. Thank you, Karen. We're not having weather troubles yet. We came from this incredible heat stroke. We've had a little bit of rain. Now it's supposed to rain for 6 days and flood us out. So,
I have no
Texas,
weather complaints here.
yes,
it's
Jeffrey lives
beautiful
here.
here in Wisconsin. A little cloudy, but it's nice. Not hot. Texas needs a little cooling off, huh?
Oh, we need the water so badly. You have no idea. It's
It's the same in northern Mexico. Monterrey, which is
yeah.
a really big city, is having big problems. Big problems. All right.
Good morning. So yeah, I did wake up to that news. Morning, Aries girl, Karen Kelly. But yeah, I did see that too. With and Nancy mentioned it that a car bombing is supposedly meant for the guy.
For
What little I read, he was supposedly the architect of the Ukrainian war.
he's they call him Putin's brain. He does all of his
His
strategic
brain.
thinking. Sort of like a Karl Rove for Putin.
Jeez. Yep, we had a big rain yesterday, thunderstorm too. Must have came your way, Aries. Yeah. See what the cards say, I guess, on that one.
I'm going to just continue shuffling. It makes me happy.
Which question are you asking, Scott?
um,
Earth Mamas, who was the advisor?
yeah. So the daughter died in the blast.
hmm She's quite pretty. She's 29.
Briefly, I read it was supposedly her father's car.
hmm
So, good job. Unfortunate. They both
I'm
were they both were sanctioned by the states I've seen.
yeah. I'm going to ask if it was someone from internally inside Russia or if it was a saboteur from outside. Which is that okay?
Sure.
However you want to rock and roll with it. Whatever you feel.
Oh, um, I think it was someone from inside their own country because it's someone who doesn't think things are being put together properly and doesn't like the foundations that are being laid for them. And they're sick of their country being tossed and they watching their country go down the tubes. And it was a younger person who did it because they want to pull their country back to a calm place where people can live in peace. I've never understood blowing someone up to live in peace, but it's a theory.
I get it's also from the inside because I get the corporate government,
hmm
somebody who was planting something,
hmm
who had a new idea. Yeah.
hmm
Yeah, I have no elder person either. The only person I got per se as like a pager on, someone sending a message.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the younger energy.
Yeah.
You know what? Everything else is conflicts. Sick of the loss and sick of the dark times that Russia's going through. That's what I'm saying here.
And I also asked if it was intended for the father, and I got absolutely yes. Just to get a message to him. It was sent with to try to destroy their power structures so that Putin can't move on. They're going to do it again. The team of people that runs them is a woman. The in the back of it, and they have absolutely no regrets. They don't care that the daughter died. You got the message. When you start building bombs and blowing up people, you kind of don't care, you know?
Yeah. I had a Queen of Wands later. That's the first person card that came out for me. But everything else was 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands, loss, upset, a lot of pain.
So,
oh, good. A better question.
Yes.
Gretchen Whitmer.
Whitmer in Michigan.
Gretchen Whitmer. Current Dem governor running against an R nut. There's a lot of those R nuts that are on the ballot for November, and that's sad. Sad for our country. Gretchen Whitmer. Gretchen.
Okay.
Gretchen, karmic fate. Yes, she's going to win.
Good. My other cards.
Ace of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, Ace of Coins. I don't think it gets better.
Yeah, very good.
Well, Gretchen's got karmic destiny to stay in place.
Let me see what I got. Yeah, I've got she's going to win. I used my life as a board game. Yeah, she's had to battle these kind of idiots. This is a Page of Pentacles, and it's the development of trust and manifestation card. But you got the Sun, which is the Sun no matter which deck it's in. And then right now, she's having people really threaten her, and some of those threats are starting to have some effect. But her out cards are provider of logical and impartial judgment and development of contracts and state. Those are her. So,
what's the name of that deck?
Life is a board game. They're like Monopoly cards, and if you don't know Tarot well, I can tell you from when I teach Tarot, I teach keyword, and their keywords in here are just impeccable, as far as giving you an idea of what that, and it says like Page of Swords, King of Swords. It's really good at letting you know what the meanings are. What'd you get? Person furthest from Michigan.
I get, she has to watch her money.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on behind the scenes.
Yes.
Yeah, she's going to cut out all this nonsense. She's going to cut out all this nonsense.
Mm,
But I get her being led by the light.
yeah. Okay. Is that true, Scott? You live in Wisconsin. Are there more crazy people there than Michigan?
Generally, no. I mean, I just think it's
Where
when
you
you're
live?
not in that realm, they stick out
Mhm.
to you like a sore thumb.
Well, I must say, Wisconsin has not yet raised a militia that was going to go kidnap Evers and try him. So I think there's more deep woods in Michigan than there are in Wisconsin.
There's a couple guys at work that still have their former guys' stuff around.
I had a friend. There's a ruby red county just north of me called Collin, and it was like the litmus test. It was like the most Republican place in the universe. And a friend of mine went up to visit some of his old friends up there, and they had taken their vote Republican sign out of their yard, which was always there. And he talked to them, and they said, "We've had it." And they're the sort of people that benefited under Trump and got their third Tesla and all that kind of stuff, and that still wasn't enough to bribe them.
Thank you, Gina. Cash Patel and Corey be indicted. Should we do them separately?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just usually do a row of 5 for each. That's how I do it
Cash Patel's been in deep
for a long time.
for a long time. He did some bad things with Devin Nunes and the whole Ukraine extortion, I know for sure.
Mhm.
He perpetrates lies. He was put on 45's the transfer, of his documents. He was involved there. Corey's been out of the loop for a while that I've seen. But anyway, Cash Patel's future. Let's see.
Okay.
If anyone has other info.
Lewandowski was still out there. They never kind of go away. They just get quiet.
Yeah.
I've got for Cash Patel, I've got that this guy has no sense of conscience. He's always been their young go-to push it kid. He's part of the all conspiracy, and this is will he end up in trouble? He's trying to seek balance. He may sell someone else out, but I don't see him changing. I don't see him changing much within himself, but that's kind of an iffy. It depends if they want to push it. These cards would tell me that it depends if the DOJ wants to go after them. And then doesn't look so good for Corey, though, because Corey was in it from the very beginning, and his whole drive was to bring about this change. Now, he's tried to walk away, but I don't think he's been successful in doing that, and things are not happy around him. And he's still hanging with, thinking he can talk his way out of it. So I think Corey's much more likely to be the one they'll go after than Cash Patel. But mind you guys, that's today, and that's where the universe sits today. No telling what it might do tomorrow.
Okay. You want to go, Scott, or should I?
If you're ready, I got mine ready.
All right. Cash made money.
Mm-hmm.
His fortune is changing.
Mm-hmm.
He's surrounded.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be offered a deal that he doesn't take because he's an idiot.
Yeah, well. Like us normal people who say, "What can I
It's
get
my
out of
comma because he's an idiot, and he's going to be caught because of the money.
it?"
That was cash. Okay. Now the other one, it's like he thinks he's fine in his garden. It's fine. However, the burden is going to be too much to carry. He's going to be forced to take responsibility, and he's also going to be caught with something in his hand. International money, maybe. Yep. They both come down to money.
Yeah, if you look over, it's all about money, right?
Yep.
Okay. And for Cash Patel, I got dealings he did in the past. Secretly going to come back to haunt him.
Yep.
So yeah, something a magician about him. But he did many things behind the scenes that were using the creator and magician energy that shouldn't have probably been done. You know, he may have forged documents, put pressure on people when he should have, did some illegal things there. When I'm thinking with that magician, because it's kind of like behind the scenes, that being creative in a certain way. And then I have a lot of legal troubles coming up for him. With the King of Swords and the Three of Coins, 3-4 coins, these are all about subpoenas, being locked up, the law coming after you. So I see big trouble for Cash. Corey feels like he got pushed out of the fun guys club. So I have the loss and heartbreak of being in the club, the 10 of Cups, and like being in the family, being in the group.
Right.
So he got pushed out, whatever. So he's got that sadness. So he's working on something new. He's got some kind of money energy with a woman. And he's trying to work on something new right now. So the Page of Swords and the Queen of Coins. So he's trying to be relevant again. He's got something in the works planned with the Page of Swords, but some kind of enterprise. He's just trying to be relevant again. I'm not with 4 cards. I don't see him going to prison or any legal trouble. He's just trying to be relevant, but I see bad things coming up to Cash. I think he did illegal things. He was criming.
He was criming.
Yeah, well, when they walked through the door, they were criming.
Corey just check again. A couple more on Corey, but it's all about the money. He just said he got kicked out of Mar-a-Lago. He's not in the boys' club anymore.
Well, that just means he didn't get in the boxes.
2 more for Corey. He's just trying to make new money. He's making connections to make more money. Page of Coins, Queen of Wands. A check on him again. He's just looking to be relevant again.
Yeah, well, this is hardly the time I would want to say I knew these guys. I mean, I don't know. We have an interesting question here, and she didn't ask a question, but it's a comment. Woman doesn't communicate with her father, but not too long ago she saw her father's house was listed on Zillow, but he still has his Trump yard in the sign. His sign in the yard. And my question that came up, and the first thing flashed through my head is, if you buy that house, how many exorcisms do you have to have?
3. I got 3 right away.
I got multiple. And whoever buys that house, if you hear this show, which I doubt that you will, you can go to my website, crystaldirections.com. I have a resource section, and I have the Violet Flame, which is a prayer you can do to release bad energy from your environment. So if you probably will want that printed in brass and put on your doorstep. Okay.
Yeah, there you go, Karen.
It's true.
I think I've always sensed Cash did a lot of bad things for foreign countries, Um,
Did you see the news article about? Okay, we've got one. Okay, Tulsi. Oh,
I've always sensed, well, you mean you kind of see it. Anyone, all you have to do is follow the bots and trolls on Twitter to know who's beholden to Putin and who's a good person. Bots and trolls favored Tulsi Gabbard.
mm-hmm.
Who was the other ones? They even, don't get on me, but this is what I've seen on Twitter, is that the bots and trolls were heavy on Bernie Sanders too.
Yes,
You know,
because they
so
were, and they helped that woman that ran for the Libertarians or the Greens.
yes.
So
So I mean, it's like when they start pushing these fake people, start pushing all these noise. Oh yeah, Andrew Yang also. They were
mhm.
they were heavy on him. So it's obvious who the other side would prefer to win.
They want anything that will bleed votes off from the main parties. I will tell you that whenever we were running a local race and we found out a libertarian was going to get in it, we'd go look at that guy, because it was going to take votes away from the Republicans. Because anyone that would look at that guy would vote for the more Republican agenda, which would help. I work with them. I work with Democrats or people of more Democratic persuasion. I played that game, you know. The other thing is, you don't go up to a libertarian's door if they don't have someone else to vote for, and remind them in a small turnout race you're running a liberal. I mean, because they'll go out and vote for them. And we could kind of tell. We kind of knew who they were. And I actually had a candidate who, she lived in a neighborhood where half the people were more liberal, and then the half of them were more libertarian type conservative, and she was running for school board. Well, normally they don't pay much attention to those races, but she has a Hispanic surname, and I told her husband, I will give you the houses to go solicit votes in that neighborhood, because I knew who voted in the Democratic primaries. And her husband decided, oh, I'm wasting my time, and he just started throwing it on every door. And I went back after and showed her how many votes came out of that little neighborhood against her. And when you're in a low turnout race with less than 10% of the people voting on you, and it's in an off season, you don't go wake up the enemy. So when you see polls doing that, they're just trying to get people that are not that'll vote against or dilute your vote. So.
I just tossed a few in Tulsi. I'm getting money.
Mm-hmm.
Just in it for money. Kind of a weird throw. Well, it's just her being the queen of coins, making her decisions on her future, and then I get some kind of working on some kind of new venture.
Yeah.
With the 3-4 of coins, it doesn't feel like subpoenas or anything like that. It feels like working on a new venture, trying to be relevant again or something.
Yeah.
But, finding your life's purpose after the loss and retiring.
Mm-hmm.
I got the justice card and then page of coins. It's just, there's a new path for her trying to change. Just, I mean, but like whatever, she's gonna have her talking points.
Well,
the rest of the cards are actually pretty good, which is weird, but.
no, I got her out card as a Wheel of Fortune. What I got is, she went inside herself and where can I do the most good for me? You know, this is seeking her own center self. And her judgment's out of whack. And her facing what she's done. But she really felt out of control, and she wants to get to a point where she can feel in control again. Her connection into Fox News is not just her theories, but there's a man at Fox News who likes her and wants to promote her, thinks she's a good venue for them, and it's going to work out well for her. Because I got a feeling Fox News is going to have to do some cleaning out from October on to the end of the year, and there'll be a seat there for her at one of those tables. I hope they don't dye her hair blonde. That would be hideous, like all those other bits of blonde. But and for and when I saw her, I saw Kristen Sinema, and Kristen Sinema is being led by a man who's telling her what to do and where to go and what to think, and she has no balance or temperance either. But she's the good little carrier of the information, the good little messenger, and it's going to not work out well for her at all. It's heading her in the totally wrong direction. And for her, the long-term thing about being like she is lost, being isolated from everyone. That's a 5 of coins in a traditional deck.
It's a pretty deck. It's a pretty deck.
I know. But what I see is Tulsi kind of held fire, kind of hid back. She was who she was, but she wasn't as much like it as Sinema. Sinema is not going to fare as well as Tulsi is. What'd you get?
Well, I get her sitting, and it's almost like waiting for her next move. And she's really good with the mouse. She's a real manipulator. But she's all about the MONEY. And it's all about the MONEY, new opportunity for MONEY. That's the whole deal with her. And it's like she'll go wherever she has to go get it. Yeah, because that's all she's interested in.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's her whole energy is all about the money. That's it. So she'll do and say and be whatever she has to do in order to live in her illusory garden. Yeah, she's all about the money. That's it. That's it.
My toss shows she's successful though at whatever she does. Whatever parroting she does, if it's Fox News or whatever, but showing success with money. There's a niche everywhere, I guess.
Someone put in here, I hope the U.S. implements stricter laws on dealing with traitors. The law already says we can shoot them. I mean, what do you want us to do? It's at 9:46.
Just trying to mix it up.
Okay.
We don't stay in one energy. Icky.
Oh.
So Mitchie's kind of like playing it off like we got some bad senators.
We got bad candidates.
Got bad candidates. It's a little
Which
worried.
is an understatement.
Imagine that. You push election deniers and bad people that lie also. You think you would have a good chance of losing.
It's what happens when you go and you pick people because of a name or an image you think's attached to them, and they've never run for political office and they've never had to face questions. You don't know whether they can speak, talk, or do whatever. That's why it's so hard for candidates who aren't trained to be in the field, and then some of them are like Herschel Walker, which there's nothing you could do. The guy's brain dead anyway. But you pick people you know. I mean, do they think the whole state of Pennsylvania doesn't know where the New Jersey border is? I mean, really?
Yeah.
And that's what happens when you have. I've seen it happen close here years and years ago. So people took over the Democratic Party and they didn't think it was liberal enough, so they were going to bankrupt the county party so that they could take over and run it their own way. And it didn't work. They did end up sort of almost bankrupting the party for a while because they didn't pay their payroll taxes, but they didn't have the wherewithal to take it over. And so other more moderate people had to come in and take it back over and make it work right. But when you get a faction like they have now that's running around running their parties, When you've got Proud Boys running boards in Florida, it scares the crap out of people. I mean, even people who are slightly insane understand the truly insane. So, so we're going to ask about, does McConnell have a plot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is he giving up, or has he got some kind of plot by saying this?
Okay, I'm going to say, does he have a plot? Because I can't do, my yes nos do not do decision trees. They don't do this or that.
I got mine.
What you got, Scott?
I see he has the writing on the wall.
Yeah.
I don't see any plot. I see him like, we have bad candidates.
I'm seeing him giving up and dumping the wines at the end of the trail and saying, I'm out of here.
It's about it.
It's
Yeah.
because he said there's no way that they can connect or work with these people. Which, when I have the 5 of coins upside down, it usually means you're meeting the right people. But he's already understanding there's no way to work with these guys. And he's going to sit under the tree and do absolutely nothing. He's also not going to do anything that really helps them. He's not going to empty their coffers to try and help them, you know, and bail them out and the people who are doing with them. And Mitch is really depressed. He's not happy about this at all.
Yep.
Because Mitch, as much as you may hate the man, he's a realist and he knows where the world is going. And he's not on it.
It's moving in a different direction. There's nothing to do. There's no money flowing. It's flowing to Democrats. They pulled a bunch of ads out of McConnell's Senate fund or whatever he was in charge of, whatever. They pulled ads. They're trying to go where they can win.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what happens in Florida on Tuesday, because I know some people that are working on the races down there, and they're really shifting their resources, and they have actually run a real campaign.
Nice.
And are starting to see where the best place to put their money in, because I know one of the strategists that's working with that who really knows how to do it. And they're amazed at how organized they've gotten down there. So we'll see.
You know what I'm getting for him? I'm getting he wants to retire.
Yeah.
They lose this Senate again. He'll be gone.
Yeah, I'm getting like he's done. I'm getting like he's done with the illusion. It's like I'm sitting fat. I'm going to I'm going to sit there and take my money and use it for something else. And I'm like done. That's what I'm getting.
Oh, I think I know the answer to this without laying the cards, because I know how delusional Mitch can be.
Yeah, it's just the country's moving in a different direction. He knows darn well. 45 is going down.
Mm-hmm.
He knows darn well that the DOJ now is not messing around.
Mm-mm.
He sees the writing on the wall. You can't do anything about it. There's a better energy coming into politics, and he doesn't like it.
Well, it's the whole world if we open up and allow it, but just politics.
Yeah.
Politics is a fishbowl we tend to swim around in. But I see that he fell to a lot of false messengers. Do it this way. Does he know this is a yes for him? Yes, it's actually penetrating his soul. He really knows that what they did with the court, that they pushed things way too far. He thought he was building a firm foundation. He was pushed in part by his coach to go ahead and keep doing the stuff that he was doing. And now he understands that it's all falling down, but very slowly. So it's going to take him with it.
Oh, yeah. I believe Mitch knows everything he's done.
It's almost like Santa Claus was really keeping a list and checking who's naughty and nice, and all of a sudden Christmas Eve is here and you're looking at the tree.
Good analogy. Love it, Nancy.
Oh, hi, Cold Toast. Cold Toast was in my class I taught yesterday. She's a fascinating lady, and she was listening to all of us complain about our weather. Then she started throwing out, where I live in Alaska, it gets to 50 below zero, and then a warm day is 30 below zero. What you got?
Oh, gosh.
Fascinating thing about getting to know people in communities on YouTube, you meet people from everywhere. Oh, yes. It's not lost anymore. They found it. The appeals judges found it.
The Mueller report coming back in the Barr memo.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be released.
Yep.
The secrets of why Barr decided to misinterpret the Mueller report.
I read part of that last night. Part of what is in the memo, or what they believe's in the memo. And yeah, Barr, well, Barr's done anyway. He's old and he's fat and he's going nowhere. But and I'm old and fat and I can say that, guys. So but he yeah. What do we want to say about Barr and the lost memo? Is it this is going to be the last on his journey, or what?
He had help.
Yes.
Okay. There's a better question to it Liz put up, I guess.
War is coming.
Okay.
Is there trouble for Bill Barr because of this memo?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
That is a better, yeah.
Somehow I always felt that Billy had a ace in the hole, something in his back pocket. Like he has enough information to get out of a free jail card kind of feeling. But this is another thing.
Uh-oh.
Okay. I got,
Oh.
yeah, he thought he had it all locked up and everybody was in with him. This is what he got paid for to do, to stop this memo. He went out and played hermit and follow me up the mountain, and I'm going to tell you the truth. And it is going to eat his world and all fall down around him. He's in much more trouble. Oh, God. And I my cards. Jeffrey gets the devil.
So you're saying Mr. Bill Barr wasn't an honest person?
I don't have to even say it.
Did what he did for money and
Yes.
fame.
Yes. And he thought he was going to retire happily.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. However, boy, is there a lot coming out on him. It's a whole garden of stuff. It's a whole garden of stuff. Oh, boy. More and more than we even know. More than we even know. Lots of dirty money. Wow.
Ouch.
I
Yeah.
think it's, I have a feeling it's going to lead back to how Epstein died.
It's
Ouch.
it's almost like it's like this is the it's like they pulled the cork out of the jug, and now it's like, oh, you know, like, because once a flood starts, it's like, that's the energy. That's the energy. It's like once that flood, once it overtops the wall, there's no stopping it. Yeah. That's the energy. That's what I got. That's
What you got?
what came through.
This is strange. Nothing's good here.
No.
I got the different deck and like, whoa. There's some serious heartbreak going on. It kind of makes it okay. So I got the Two of Cups here as the overall energy.
Mm-hmm.
So what this is putting me is like connections are going to be made of why he actually did what he did. You know what I mean? There's
Mhm.
proof coming out, and he didn't want this proof coming out. Feeling
Mhm.
he undercut the Mueller report and its importance. And there's some serious loss and problems coming from this. So 5 of Cups. We have a pathways, the 2 of Swords, Page of Swords is something new is coming in, not in a good way.
Mhm.
Evidence, whatever. Burden, health issues in the world.
Mhm. Yeah.
So something is gonna change in his realm. It's like there's connections being made now that, to the public at least. And then I have some kind of investigation coming up. What's coming? Page of Wands, 4 of Coins, and Knight of Swords. So it's like what's coming out now within a house or a group, FBI, some kind of investigation starting that we didn't know about, and it's all related with this coming out. So his whole world's changing because everything's bad.
Do you think, you just instinctively, when I say this, how do you feel about this? How much did he have to do with that inspector general who is blocking all the stuff coming out of the DHS? The one that his name starts with a C. I can't say it, but
Yeah.
that's really stopping all the investigation of the disappeared text messages and stuff. He came straight out of the DOJ into that seat. Someone advised for Trump to put him there. How much?
They feel like they're in league, yeah.
Mhm.
Sensing there's a connection that they're in league. Yeah, that guy should be gone.
Yeah.
If he's not doing his job properly, he should be gone.
He was held up by others. There was a lot of support there.
Yeah.
This inspector you talking about, Jeffrey?
Yeah. It's like, because that's the energy of this card. It's like the general is held up by his fellows,
Mhm.
right? Because it's a card of admiration. It's like my little Hollywood card.
Mhm.
However, boy, oh boy, boy, oh boy. It's all coming to light. It's just insane. It's just insane. The whole thing is coming to light on all of them. It's just really powerful. It's almost like 6 blockbuster movies come out one week and they're all good. You got to go see them all.
Mhm.
I don't know how else to say it.
And you get wiped out trying to, and it's depressing. It's bad energy to climb into on a regular basis. I try to schedule an hour of something uplifting after watching, because I'm going to talk to people on Sunday mornings. I need to talk about what they're doing, and now I'm getting reports in from friends working on campaigns, and it's looking so much better. It looks so much better than it says in the press. But of course, they're in the campaigns, and I know what it's like when you're campaigning. You always think it looks better.
True.
Okay, is this our next question?
I just wanted to address it. If you want to toss on it, you don't have to. The whole Bill Barr going to meet Epstein prior to his death is a conspiracy theory. Google it. Barr was never at, fact check, Barr was never at the prison. It was a conspiracy theory. Everyone just ran. You can Google it. Was Bill Barr
Okay, so what's the
So I just wanted to lay that out there. Google it for yourself. It was a conspiracy that was never true. Barr was he was actually in closer area relatively. He was in Maryland at a conference talking that Friday when everyone said he met with Epstein. It's not true. So just putting it out there. You can Google it.
That's
Start racing.
Jeffrey. That's Mexico City. We're hearing people.
Yeah, it's you know what? I was in Centro yesterday, which is like the center of the city, and we were eating, and we were sitting outside, all these people walking by, you know, and then all these motorcycles come by, and it was a bride and groom, like it was so insane. It was a bride and groom, almost in like it was like a motorcycle thing, but it was holding two people in the back, you know, almost like a coach. And the whole wedding party, like all dressed up on these motorcycles, going. It was like, I love this. This is so fantastic. Today we're doing videos. Actually, I have to leave at 11 because today we're going to do videos in Mexico City, even though it's like cloudy, because we want to do some videos of the architecture and stuff.
Okay. Weisselberg says he will not cooperate. I thought he did. That's the.
Well, this is what's being reported. You know, he supposedly gets 5 months, admits to 15 crimes that he, you know, did 15 crimes, and that he has to testify against the Trump org in October.
So I asked, what's Weisselberg going to give them? As this came up, I was like, what's Weisselberg going to give them?
What'd you get?
So I got this. So to me, this is like this guy built an oasis in the desert. So it's like he's leading them toward a place that they never thought of looking because it's a desert. Okay. Then I get this. Oh my God. It's like this is the end. This is like he's going to give them enough to bring down the tower. And this is Trump hell where he worked. And like more and more and more and more, he's going to give them all the jewels, all the everything. Yeah, and he's going to take responsibility. Wow.
Good Lord.
Wow. About all this stuff that was hidden. About all this stuff that was hidden. And he has a strategy of his own because, you know, he's going to stay high on the hill. He's going to do everything he can to protect himself and his family, but he's going to give them everything, and he's going to plant the seeds because I have 2 pages. So he's going to plant the seeds. It's like, oh no, you thought that was where to look. This is where to look. Here are the other places. Yeah, he's going to give up the gift. He's going to give it all up. He's going to give it all up, and he's going to try to move forward as best he can. And he's going to reveal everything that's hidden. He's going to show them stuff that places that they never thought of looking. He's going to, you know, oh yeah, and I work the books like this for the real estate, and I work the books for this, for la 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 and la la la. He's going to give them everything. This is going to be the thing that brings the whole thing down financially. Wow.
Yes. Don't be distracted. What I'm getting here, don't be distracted by what's in the news and his sentence. Because this is a good thing.
Yeah.
He may be going in 5 months because if he lies again, he gets
15 years.
He's going to 15 years if he lies again, right?
And
so he was very burdened about the whole organization and getting indicted and whatnot. 7 of Wands, 5 of Wands, and the Empress. So family protection, very burdened. He is very worried about being locked up for longer and whatnot, and his family. I think I'm thinking behind the scenes, there's some family energy that would go to prison too if he doesn't do what he's doing. He's going to bring the Trump org down. They're going away. He's flipping completely. This is smoke and mirrors. That's what I'm getting. Smoke and mirrors. The Chariot, Strength, and Queen of Coins. The rule of law, the foundation, he is moving forward within his own foundation, what I sense there. This is his family, his center. His family means more than his own work.
Totally picking up the same energy.
Yeah.
It'll bring the Trump org will be dissolved. The kids are going down. Trump's going down this whole thing. Don't worry about what's going on, black, brown, because who he is, he flipped. He completely flipped. That's what I'm getting. He completely flipped.
Once you take the plea agreement he took, you can't lie. He can say something, and all they have to do is show up with one document that says that's not true, and he's gone for 15 years. And that for him is a life sentence.
Right, he's an old guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I feel also like he'll do anything he can to keep his family out of jail. If he has to pay the price,
Mm-hmm.
he'll pay the price. That's what I get. That's what I feel. Yeah.
As soon as I seen that sentence, and it was some messaging between others, and I'm like, don't worry about it. Don't believe it. I'm like, this feels weird. Something is not up to snuff what you were seeing. This is bigger. This is fine. Yeah, it's sad he only gets like 5 months for 15 years of criming. You know, there's something bigger in the works here.
It's not 15 years. He's been with Trump since Trump started, and he worked for Trump's father before.
Right. But they went back 15 years of criming, whatever they found.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know what they're saying.
Pleading guilty to 15 felony counts, working for the Trump org all those years is not a little thing.
No, I don't think there's a shower hot enough. So
Yeah, it's unfortunate. There's always a means to an end. And the end is getting rid of the Trump organization. The criming scheme. Because they have everyone flipped. The accounting, everyone that worked for him, the Trump org. Weisselberg's the only one who went the indictment route. They have everyone. McConney, he went to the grand jury, gave a, the COO, whatever you want to call it, the comptroller guy.
Mm-hmm.
Personal secretary flipped. Deutsche Bank ex-loan officer flipped. Everyone.
Yep.
House Ways and Means got the taxes finally. It's going down. It's over. Goodbye. Goodbye, Twitter or Trump org. Days are numbered.
I have to tell you, the Trump Tower is really one of the ugliest buildings in the city. I mean, on top of everything else, it's just plain ugly. It's 80s ugly, which has its own version of ugly. Okay.
Have faith, people. The Empress energy's flowing heavily this fall.
Yep.
Calamari had to flip too. If he wasn't invited, he had to flip too.
Okay. Is that
There's
our
some
question?
weird stuff going on with all the Scotts. Rick Scott, Tim Scott. Somebody asked about Tim Scott too. Twitterverse news. Rick Scott. He used to be the Florida governor.
He's a senator. He was a governor, and he's the one who ripped the state off. He had the largest single fine for ripping off Medicare.
And he's a senator.
Mm-hmm. So, of course, they made him a senator because that makes so much sense.
I guess Jeff has a different one here. That's Tim Scott. Wrong one. It's a different Scott.
Okay.
Tim Scott's the black man senator, right? He's
yes, he's the one in South Carolina.
He's all in. It's crazy. Okay. We gotta get our Scots right. Hi, Sherry.
Okay. Are we asking that question?
How weird! It's so weird. Or do I get it? Wow, is that weird?
Okay. Think of Rick Scott first. I can't find that post right now. Rick Scott.
Rick Scott drained the funds on purpose? That was the question?
Yeah. Ignore what's on the screen. Think of Rick Scott first. I can't believe how he just goes on Fox News all the time, just lies. And he's a
I got
criminal.
no. He didn't do it on purpose. He just did it. He didn't do it on purpose. And it's going to cause him a lot of problems because there's a lot of candidates that are going to be super, super pissed. And it's all working out to his advantage. But the first three were no, he didn't do it on purpose. He did it because he didn't know what he was doing. Where's the temperance card? Temperance upside down. He didn't know what he was doing. He accidentally did it. I don't think it was part of a long-term strategy.
Rick Scott and money.
Mm-hmm.
He took his own actions here. So a Knight of Swords, a magician, so he took his own actions. He thought he could get away with something. But the filings or someone will investigate what he did. He thought he could accumulate money in a different way. Chariot taking charge, but now he's got problems in the background. So he shouldn't have done whatever he did. And there's going to be an SEC whatever investigation happening. That's what I got.
All right.
Problems coming from whatever funds he was moving or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm in a weird position because you said the Rick Scott, and then you put that question up. So I purposely asked about the Tim Scott.
Do what you need to do.
Okay. So first I get, him not taking the gift, but then I get it being offered again. And then I get him taking it, definitely taking it, but it's going to lead to heartache. And it's almost like he thought he was taking it from one place, but he was taking it from another. There's something really hidden, but he made the choice, and he's going to have to defend himself.
Mm-hmm.
Rats.
I know, it just goes on and on. It just goes on and on.
Are you on, Jeffrey? Are you off, Jeffrey? Are you done?
No, I think it's going to be revealed. Yeah, definitely going to be revealed. Yep.
I got
And
that at first he didn't take it in his own name. The people running his campaign did. Someone else took it so that he could move forward. Then he found out it made him strong. It gave him strength to move forward, so he kept on to it. But now it's about to be uncovered.
Yeah.
Wheel of Fortune reversed. And this is his outcome, guys, and it's as grim as it looks.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't think he consciously took it at first. I think it was taken by his campaign. But whatever they do, you're responsible for it.
Yep.
As candidate.
When you said it, it just felt right. It was like, oh,
that's what I'm seeing.
Oh.
You guys have no idea when all of a sudden somebody else is reading the same thing and they come up with a little piece you didn't see and you go, oh.
It's almost like we're eating a meal and I'm like, what is that spice in there? And then you say what it is. It's like, oh, yeah, of course. It was a little bit like that,
Okay.
Little better question on Tim. How can a man of color, being from the South, be a Republican and spew all these lies?
Well, if he turns on them badly enough, he'll find out that being a Republican does not change your skin color.
Yeah.
And I say that having run a lot of minority candidates. It's a real thing.
Whatever Tim Scott is doing, he's going to have to change his tune soon. The exposure of the money lies, whatever he took, there's a wheel of fortune changing on him.
Oh, cool. I did a long reading on him. Are you talking here?
Okay.
I did. No, Jeffrey's not talking because he's shuffling.
Well, I'm just listening. I don't really know what the next
Okay.
question is.
Okay.
Why would a man call
I did a
senator?
long reading on who is Tim Scott, and he really has some. He's not a bad. I mean, intellectually, he's not a bad person, but he stood there and looked around and said, "Which way can I go?" And he chose to go in the direction he's gone in because he tried doing it the other way and nothing worked for him. So this card in a traditional deck is the devil. In my deck, it's called materialism. And what happens in materialism, and this is really true about the devil card, when you choose money, power, love, or endeavors over your best interest, you see the rainbow behind him. You can't get in touch with spirit. He's sold out.
Mm-hmm.
And they took him in like nobody's business
Mm-hmm.
because they felt like he belonged to them. He's now understanding the cost of what he chose to do.
Mm-hmm.
He'd like to go back and do it again. If anybody's going to turn on them in the long run, it will be him because he will go back to justice. He's not going to move that way today. He's staying where he is because he can't handle the heartache.
Yeah. Pretty much the reading, Tiny B.
Yep.
He went where the better money went. There was more money in being a liar at the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So his basically, I just need three cards. The top, that 8 of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, 10 of Coins.
Mm-hmm.
What he accumulated, he's gonna be walking right from, and his destiny, his karma is gonna change from. And then he went for the money, the 10 of Coins.
Mm-hmm.
He sold his soul, basically, but
Yep.
he's going to be walking away from that because we have a hangman energy coming with the Knight of Wands, something new coming in. And it's all about fall, November, the big change. It's going to make everyone irrelevant, and their money's going away. Whatever the grift they did, it's going away. The hangman energy and then Knight of Cups coming in later. Knight of Cups is all like, to me, is all like greatness coming in, angelic goodness coming in. That's my Knight of Cups. I feel so great about that card when it comes in. There's goodness coming in from the heavens feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 knights of energy moving from a hangman position for Tim. And he's not that energy. He's going backwards. Like Connie said, he's just an opportunist. That's where the money was at the time.
Yep.
You push it for so long, and like, how do you get out of it? And it's going to bite him in the butt. Just like all of them. 45's going down. Trump is going down. McCarthy's going down. They're all the world's going to collapse. Lindsey Graham's going down. Lindsey's going to be forced to.
Yeah, I have not seen a good outcome for Miss Lindsay before the lockdown, before COVID. I just had some really, really odd things that I saw around him.
I've never seen a good outcome from him, but there.
No.
Let's see what's up with Lindsay. Lindsay.
Okay. Will Lindsay testify? I'm going to see. I only have one deck that wants to work.
I think we're Lindsay in Georgia.
Mm-hmm. I only have one deck that wants to work for me today. The one I always use. All the other ones are like getting sticky when I try to shuffle them.
Oh, that can happen.
So that rain is making it humid.
Hot and humid. That's tough on cards.
Well, I live in a really pretty air-conditioned house, guys, so it's not bad.
Lindsay versus Georgia.
Ah, that was a good one. Okay.
Okay. All right.
What you got?
I start with the devil. I mean, it's just like I start with the devil, right? False path, money. I'm going to defend myself no matter what I have to do. I'm going to keep my money, right? But it's coming for you, and it's coming for you now. And he's like in denial. He's like, oh, I'm going to live my life in the garden and, you know, isolate myself from everything.
He probably owns that robe.
Right. Well, it's a beautiful robe.
I know, it's gorgeous.
But it looks like it's time for me to go, even though I'm living in my little fantasy, and I've worked really, really hard to keep this fantasy alive. But the end is coming.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think there's part of him that's really still living in his little fantasy. It's like, oh no, you know, I'm going to get away with this, and I can do. He's still there. He's still there, but it's like, well, it doesn't really matter whether you're living in your fantasy or not. They're coming to get you. You know, you can pretend la 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 la, but it's like it doesn't really matter.
Well, this is my la 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 la. This is the hangman, and this is in his past. And Messenger acting first and thinking later. That's the Knight of Wands. That's what he's been doing. Just anything to avoid this, anything to avoid this. But then he has reversed the 10 of Cups. So he's not living in the happily fulfilled place. It's not going his way. And his future is not better things are coming.
Yeah.
And he's not going to be allowed to be indecisive about this because the star goals are coming for him. So he thinks he's temporarily avoided it, but I don't think he's going to avoid it in the long run.
He can't win.
Yeah.
I get he can't win. Fannie Willis ain't playing. She'll fight him tooth and nail. So I got Wheel of Fortune, Fannie, and 5 of Swords. Those conflicts because he has information he doesn't want to give up. There's 5 of Swords in the backside next to Fannie, and his karmic fate ain't gonna go so well. He's gonna have to. Then I have the 7, 8 of Cups here. Is like he's gonna have to commit. He's gonna walk away from his idiocracy that he thinks he can get away. His fear is 45. There's information he knows about 45. So here's the court system kind of feeling with the subpoena. 45 and everything he knows. With that 10 of coins, that feels like evidence to me. He can't win. The government.
Do you think that's evidence he has on Trump, or do you think it's evidence Trump has on him?
I was thinking Georgia. So it's connected. So there's a connection there. But it's more of his. It's what he did for there, but as far as Georgia goes, it's both. What he did for 45 and his own legal culpability. I'm sensing both here, but because I also had the magician come out near the first, the creator. To go behind the scenes to create a different outcome, which wasn't a good thing. His fate's going to come up. He can't stop this from happening. He's going to have to, or he's going to prison. But there's a, like I said, that's a two-way street here. What he did for 45 and what he did illegally in his own culpability. Because he can testify here and then get a indictment later. It's a good thing about the special. You get all the information, find out more information, go to a regular grand jury, and you can indict anyone. If they're not truthful, they did illegal stuff. He's got worry all over the place. This is just his delay tactic is not going to work. It's so dumb. Good people don't don't fight subpoenas.
Thank you, Cold Toes. She likes our work.
Thank
It
you.
doesn't
Thank
mean you
you.
have to pay for our work, but it's nice. Or you can come get readings from any one of us.
See,
Yes.
See,
And Jeffrey has a sale on now to the end of August on readings.
see.
Mhm.
I can read a little bit in Spanish if you want.
Yeah.
I've been trying to read in Spanish a little bit.
How's that going for you? Okay. Will Dominion settle a lawsuit with Fox?
okay. Is Dominion going to settle, or are they going to go all the way?
I'm going to put, will they settle as one line, and I'm going to put, will they get them in court as a second line, okay?
Dominion lawsuit. Are they going to settle? I'm sensing all the way. I don't see any settling here. They're going to go for the jugular.
I agree. Oh
Yep.
my God.
And this is their out card from the court suit. I don't need to read the rest of the card.
Hello?
There you go.
Yeah.
I think we answered you, and they're gonna hang them out to dry. They're gonna play games to make them wait and really sweat them out, especially after some of the stuff that's going to come out in the testimony and Jan 6 stuff about this, how supportive Fox has been to the whole let's take the government from the people of America.
Yeah. Yeah. Ace of Swords and the Sun, Light.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way. Yeah.
They're fighting it.
Yeah.
Ace of Swords.
Started through too. They want everything revealed what they did to them.
Uh-huh.
They're not going to settle for some.
No.
There's
They're
a
not
good
going to
case.
settle because they want it out, and they don't want the conspiracy theorists out there. They want public statements by people in long black robes saying what really happened. They're not, so that they can't spin it after they settle and they say, well, we only settle because of blah, blah. They want, when you don't get a black letter law judgment, then they spin it all over the place. So.
Right, because otherwise it's going to be back to the same story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, and in the middle, aside from the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Swords, in the middle I got the law.
Yeah,
I got the government. So yeah,
There you go.
that was a very clear on all our parts. I was like, boom, boom, boom. Yes, yes, yes.
yeah, I agree totally, Sherry. It's Voices from the Swamp. Well, that's a lovely thing. We aren't going to settle because it's not, yeah. It's about lying and defamation.
Yep.
Well, my daughter brought home a Wall Street Journal article last week, and I didn't talk to anybody about it, but it was that Trump was putting out on Truth Social that Republicans shouldn't vote in the primaries, that they shouldn't vote in the fall because it's all illegal. Keep saying that, guy.
45 has a new big lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
New lawyer. I've only seen 25. I've only seen one good lawyer sign up.
You know what I felt immediately as this came up? He's not going to get paid. He's not getting paid. That's what I got immediately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw Ari Melber interview a lawyer who turned Trump down, and he said he turned him down because he couldn't see any anti-Semitism and racism around him. He said, but like all lawyers, you think the person deserves their best defense. He said, I had assurances that I would get paid when they talked, the people who were the intermediaries talking to him. So let's see if Don the Khan's new $1 billion lawyer is a miracle worker. What'd you guys get?
Remember I told you he wasn't going to get paid?
Mm-hmm.
Look what I got.
Dear, leaving them out in the cold.
Weird.
Okay, for whether they'll save him or not, no, it's an effort that is failing from the start. And they talked a good story to him to make him think that he could win, but Fannie Willis is not going to let that happen. And when they first go into court, it's going to look kind of good, but in the end, it just falls apart on them.
I do have problems with money too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it starts out all good.
Mm-hmm.
Love and abundance, maybe doing the right thing with the Knight of
Right.
Cups and Ace of Cups.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But then I have all that, the devil and loss of money. All that greed,
Yeah.
power, illusions, and then, oh crap.
That's the
You're
devil.
either you're going to
Yeah.
lose or there's no money. There's no money there or something.
Yeah.
And then I almost got a feeling like with these two, the King of Swords and the Sun feeling, the light coming out, that he might turn on him.
Wow.
Like he's not actually there to defend him.
If your person actually lies to you and they're your client, you can issue a letter to the court and withdraw. If you know what
there's some kind of sense that he may not go down that road. If the King of Swords is representing him as the lawyer coming in, and then this was feeling like, I'm not doing this. I'm going to change paths.
Yep.
There was a weird feeling here about this whole.
Yeah, I had
good
the Wheel
lawyer.
of Fortune. I had the Wheel of Fortune in the middle of it also.
What I got on will they get paid? I got quick communications garden upside down, which means they went in and spoke too suddenly. And then they also have a reversal on creating good contracts and communicating. And then I see death, just a complete and sudden change. And they hang on a little bit because somebody near them says, you really ought to hang in here. It's a nostalgia place. But the reverse card for the out is the supporter of ambition and businesses. So, and it's reversed. So these guys said, no, we're out of here. We were totally given fraudulent information.
Oh, Nancy felt that too.
Yeah.
Like something ain't right.
Yep.
Especially when you only get one high-paid lawyer, and the rest of them are just
Running away like crazy.
They're just bimbos that go on Fox News and just lie. They're not lawyers. And get themselves in trouble by going on Fox News like that. Yeah, pretty much all law firms said no, too risky.
Of course.
Would lose clients.
That is the other problem with that case. Any one of those guys flips on them and they all go.
800 lawyers. I love that.
Thank you to the lady, Dawn, who's 5. It's 5 a.m. in New Zealand and she's watching.
Good morning.
Good morning from New Zealand. Blessings,
and it's tomorrow already there.
A new day has arisen. I would love to go to New Zealand.
It's gorgeous.
And it's so beautiful.
It's always on that bucket list.
I just hate airplanes too much to fly that far.
Yeah, there's a
No, you
lot
need
of
to take a boat. You take a boat. You move really slow.
I know,
That's
and
the
you
way to
get
do
really fat sitting on the boat eating all that great food.
It's just amazing when you listen to, if you would read books about,
Hmm.
people that delved into the whole theory of, or how 45 got involved with Russia and the oligarchs and its bankruptcies. And they go through that history. And I listened to Craig Unger's book called American Compromise.
Hmm.
He claims through his research, the Trump organ and everything at the height when all his bankruptcies was probably in
Hmm.
debt of $4 billion
Wow.
when he
Well, they
went
know
all
that's
went all
rolling
through
out
his
of Deutsche
bankruptcy.
Bank. They know a big, huge debt is rolling out of Deutsche Bank, and that's what's going to break the company. And that money's due this sometime by the end of this year, I think. A big part of it starts needing to be paid.
And then he was saying through his research he was in debt again $1.5 billion when he got the gig at The Apprentice.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And that
Thank you,
saved
NBC. Thank
him
you.
again.
Right. Thank you, NBC, for portraying him as a successful businessman.
Yes. And then he got in trouble again with that one tower. Oh, I can't remember the name of it. I think it was in Canada. But anyway, that failed, and then he got in more trouble. But he always got bailed out by oligarchs or something, you know.
Hmm.
So how broke is he right now? It's like, who was it? I seen a tweet from Warren Buffett. If
Hmm.
a guy is a supposed billionaire, why does he beg people for money all the time?
Right.
Especially little old people my age who need every dime they get.
Right.
And he's supporting a party that wants to take away our Social
Thank you,
Security
Deb.
cards.
Thank you, Deb. How broke is Trump?
Oh, true, bro.
Oh,
Well, I got in the past. He had the King of Pentacles, which is in this deck means an actually someone who flagrantly uses their money, and he had the Queen of Pentacles. So he seemed to have a lot of money, and that was his strength. It was the appearance of that money. But what actually was going on was the Six of Swords, which is he was always moving on to the next thing to seem to have more money. And his out card is the Five of Swords. He's going to be revealed, but he doesn't have.
Dad. Oh, come on. I asked him about money, and it's talking about the investigation that's going on currently.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not getting any money. It's like I asked about the money, and there it's showing me the investigation. Yeah, it's just telling me about the money laundering that the government's finding. Not that they have
Mm-hmm.
everything, they have the proof.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's flipped with the accounting firm, the banks, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Our government knows how bad it is now.
yeah.
With the King of Wands, the farm, or the Hierophant, everything comes into light, and then the magician coming in.
Aha.
So this is all about they found out how the money laundering and how it actually works now. Not just the
Mm-hmm.
reporters. Our government knows how everything was done through the oligarchs and everything. So now the government's with the DOJ is focused on. They're actually, like I said, I don't know why. I'm just going with the cards say because I asked about Trump being broke. The DOJ is actually enjoying these messages are coming out. It's what's going on in the media. It's helping
Mm-hmm.
their. it's helping their cause, is what I'm getting. So I got the Page of Wands next to the DOJ with the King of Swords. Basically, strength, endure, and then darkness,
Mm-hmm.
the dark times. It feels like you got media talking here with the Page of Wands. So we got the DOJ, the strength in numbers, or the courage of all that's good and right, and seeing the dark side being put out there on the 45. It feels
Right.
like they actually enjoy going out to the media right now because it kind of
Mhm.
helps their cause moving forward.
Right.
They'll fight the law, whatever. So patience, my friends.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to see more raids and more evidence coming soon. So yeah, the Knight of Coins is everything's obtaining evidence, but it's a slow one. Things are coming.
Mhm.
We have the Ten of Swords coming down, breaking down the house. The law is going to win. Knight of Swords. I don't know why. It's just what I think the biggest take there is that they know.
Yeah.
The government knows everything. How they manipulate the system and the facts, and
Not to
feels like
mention that his piggy bank decided to go to war and get blocked off being able to send him any more money.
yeah,
You know.
no bankers will work with them.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Deb N.
So now we
Deb
got
N. Paid in to the kitty. Thank you.
Yeah, I get the same thing. I get that they're gonna clean him out completely.
Mm-hmm.
Every single issue, every single everything. Because I have 210, so that's the end of something. And also, this 10 can sometimes be the fairy tale card. I'm living in sort of an illusion, everything's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And then I get the dynasty, I get him trying to defend it, I get them coming after him, uncovering everything, right? Going into the garden, like they're looking for everything. And him trying to keep it afloat.
Mm-hmm.
And they get the law twice.
Mm-hmm.
They get poverty. Like they're gonna like clean. It's almost like they're gonna go into the kitchen and take the Tupperware and the toaster and the electric knife and you know what I mean? It's like, oh no, we want that can opener. We want that can opener too. It's like that. That's what I'm getting. Wow. In a weird way, this is why I get, Ivana deciding to pass. It's like she didn't really want any part of this.
No, I think she thought her kids were going to go down. That's what I'd want to do. I'd want to bow out and look at it from the other side.
Yeah. Yeah, I really got that when I don't know why this is coming up, but I got that's why she decided to go. It's like, I don't really want to be involved or part of this yeah. Wow.
Can we move away from the Orange Menace and go to something that's good for people?
Yes, let's. That sounds good because it's 11 and I have to go soon.
Jeffrey to leave anyway. There's a thing that in the next week that Biden will be releasing 7.5 million students from their debt.
Beautiful.
Do you want to do Ivana first?
Oh yeah,
no, it was just what I was feeling about her. Like initially when she passed, I got that, and all of a sudden I got it again. It's like, she wants to remember the good times. Like before he was like a complete thief. Oh, okay. Should we read on this?
Yeah, we're going to do Ivana.
This is a question I had started. I seen you mentioned Ivana, so why not?
Okay. Somebody had asked about her. The lady from New Zealand asked about her.
Yeah. I'm just going to ask if she had a fear for her life.
Mm-hmm.
It feels a better question
No.
than any auto
Yeah.
letter.
I got no to fear for her life, and I also got no to if I turn up dead letter.
Uh, fear for her life.
I got no.
No, I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I get some kind of illness and an old crap moment.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like an accident. So I
Mhm.
see the old crap. It's my 5 of coins, but it's lack of money and stuff, but also bad health. So we got some bad
Mhm.
health, some worry, sadness there too, but it's an old crap moment. It's kind of like, oops, I fell or whatever. As
Mm-hmm.
far as any letter or triggering, I sense more worry within her family. Maybe some arguing going on behind the scenes. So my 3 4 1s is all about being united within. I think it's within her family, but there's some arguments going on. So behind the scenes, there's some arguments. There was a preparing, maybe a change of the will or her own focus of her finances going on with the Page of Wands or Page of Swords, and then the Knight of Coins coming in here next to each other. So I feel like that she was preparing some other documents, but it feels more like for her finances, where they were going. It almost got a feeling like she maybe knew her time might be coming,
Yeah.
but I don't sense you know,
Yeah.
a worry that she would be executed or anything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it feels more like she was preparing documents for the future, maybe changing will or where her
Mhm.
money was going. Yeah, it's like let's just say she wanted to give more funds to the grandchildren rather than their own kids. There's could be the arguments kind of feeling. It's like, well, I need it more, whatever, but I
Mm-hmm.
don't sense any worry for her death. It feels more like preparing her new will or some sadness, some ill. So, but no, I don't see any letters going out to the FBI or anything like that.
No.
Yeah. I get something really sad. I get her working because she was being called. It was almost like her soul knew. I don't know if she knew, but her
I think it
soul.
was a passage date. I think it was an exit date that was available.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm getting that. Like she was called, right,
Right.
to a new place, right, and then yeah, that's what I'm getting. Yeah.
Yeah, unless 45 comes out or family says something, it's a weird one. Why he had any role in her casket?
Because he
You
strong
know,
armed his kids. His kids had the rights to do what to do with her. I mean, legally, and he just strong armed us, and we're doing it this way. I mean, and what really made me angry when people said you can't die when you fall down the stairs. That's
Sure
exactly
you
how.
can.
Yeah. My husband, he fell down the stairs one night, and the next day we realized he was having a series of mini strokes, and he went to the hospital, and he never left. So that was really pissing me off. And people, oh, you can't fall down the stairs. Yeah, you can, and you can die from it.
When it's
I,
time to go, I mean, who knows? It could be
yeah,
a fly gets in your throat. Yeah, like
Right.
you know.
And they said, oh, the body wouldn't be all that beat up. I saw the bruises on his body after he fell, and they were carpeted stairs, and hers were not. So, and she's my age, so I can tell you what, mamas at my age don't want to see their kids go through anymore. So,
Right. That's what I'm getting. That's what I got. And it was time. It's like her soul said it's time to go, and she prepared what she needed to prepare, and she went. That was it. That's what I really got. All right. It's time for me to
Okay.
fly off.
Do you want to do the student loan thing real quick?
What's that?
Biden's going to give forgiveness to the student loan.
Okay. So,
Well, I thought that was already in the works that he's going to.
yeah, I thought it was like a done deal, but should we?
Yeah, let's just see if they're going to get
Student
it.
loan
I
is a
actually
yes.
have family. Okay, it's going to happen.
That's a
I have
definite.
family member that's extremely affected by that. So,
I mean, that's like a gift from above. That's one of
well,
the best.
one of my kids who's still paying off on loans is paying off because of the interest that Bush put on her loans. When she took her loans out in the late 90s, they were one level. Then all of a sudden they put it in this certain thing and jacked it. And she's been, every year she now owes more in interest than she ever took out in loans.
Yeah.
And I
did get he's doing.
Mhm.
Sorry.
I got a yes. And then it's getting these kids out of the hangman position. They couldn't move anywhere because of what was going on. The message is going to be kind of mixed at first. They're setting up the way for them to do it. It's going to take a little while, but they're going to perfect it, and it's going to be great for them. And for that whole generation, it's going to be the world. And for the next generation coming in that are going to get student loans, they're going to set them up so they can't be jacked like that.
Yeah. It's all from fraudulent businesses. That's why it's legal for him to just cancel it, because it's from fraudulence. There certain times when these tech schools use fraudulent things. So that was kind of funny because I actually have on my page of sorry the tech school. So yeah, I got Biden here moving things from the column of water. Page of sorry is taking action on what he can. So I mean, if it's up to him and the money's available, he'd cancel all of that. But most of it probably
money's going to be available after the first of the year. I think they're going to cover the rest of the student loans, because what was the fraud there was when Bush switched it over to these other banks.
All right. I'm gonna. Well, if you two of you were saying that's good, but I'm just gonna throw a lovely card or two or three for the week.
Okay.
I'll go.
I'll throw those. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. I get right to it. Building something new. The end of a way of thinking. The end of a way of thinking. A new dawn is rising. A new opportunity presents itself.
Wow, that's gonna be a wonderful week.
Okay. Blessings, everyone.
Blessings,
Go have a
Jeffrey.
good time outside in Mexico City. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye. You're in the show. How do I get out of here?
Lead studio.
Oh, lead studio. Thank you. Blessings.
Little red button at the bottom.
I got it. Bye.
Bye.
So, I mean, there's always a ton of questions left, but don't want to keep everyone too long today. See if there's anything that stands out to help us understand anything. Earth Mom a long time ago said something about the nuclear plant. There's been reporting now from CNN that was all a false flag. Nothing's happened at that plant that Russia was claiming. So I don't think that needs to be a toss. If it's being reported that it was all fake news from Russia, supposedly satellites and reporting from Ukraine, that is fine.
Yeah, well, that was to try and bully Europe. How about, have you been reading about the destruction of war material in Crimea, way behind the Russian lines? they've been blowing up their airplanes and their tanks and their munition stores. And the article I read said they didn't know if it was Ukrainians from Free Ukraine getting in there or if it was people in Crimea blowing it up. Do you want to look at that?
Okay, yeah, did see they were. Melinda, I have no clue about what that red book means.
Red book is a book you keep of things people have done wrong that you can pull out on them and blackmail them. That's what a red book is.
Okay, we make that the last one after this. Okay. There was something about Crimea. I said there was things getting blown up.
Yes, they're blowing up their munition stores. They blew up an airport that had a lot of their warplanes in it, and they blew up someplace that's the mechanics, the sighting system for shooting off missiles, and Russia was saying it was saboteurs from within Crimea, and Ukraine's not talking about who's doing it because it just helps them.
Right. Okay. So you want to get clarity on who's actually doing it?
Yeah. So I'm going to do one line that says it's Ukrainians from Free Ukraine that are getting in. And then the other one is it's Crimeans who have been sitting there waiting to get their part of Ukraine back into Ukraine. So
gotcha. Okay.
Got it?
Yep.
Yeah, they got rid of, she's right, Anna Gonzalez said they got rid of half the planes that were stationed in that part of the world. Okay, I'm doing first. Is it Free Ukrainians? Is it Crimeans? Okay, I got my answer real quick.
I think it's the people.
Yeah, that's what I got. I got it's the Crimeans.
Yeah.
They don't want them there. That they've been waiting for the chance to move. This is their chance to stand up for themselves. Even though that may start and stop, they're not going to stop, and they want the Russians out.
So I think too, because I was being shown kind of like united people, like Crimeans. Mm-hmm. I'm not seeing a government going in there and saboteuring this. I think it was getting people. I think you were right. Something about, maybe there was money promised or something, or things get better there. Mm-hmm. Something.
Oh.
Because it's like the hope and a wish on money or prosperity that never, as accumulated, arrived.
No, they bombed the place and they took it over, and they've never done a thing to lift it up. And meanwhile, the Ukraine was getting better and better and better. That's one of the reasons why Russians had to invade them, other than to get a hold of their grain. It was because they couldn't have this functioning democracy on their border, even though they've had Finland and Sweden there forever. But yeah.
Crazy. Okay, I think this is the question here that Linda got a hit. Something about a red book.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a red book in the Save My Hit list or inflow? I suppose it would be.
I'm going to ask if he has it. Is that something a lot of people in business suspect other people in business have? Sort of a little diary of all the ways you can get your guys. So I'm going to ask first if the red book exists.
Okay, I believe 45 believes that a red book was going to save him.
Okay, this ended up being really interesting. Does he have a red book? Yes, because he has a diary, and he can turn on anyone with a dime and pull out all their worst secrets. And it's really, really a bad thing to have. But it helps people make decisions, and it's how he tells them when to begin and end, what burdens they need to carry. So then I asked, how is the red book saving him? And I got, right now, it stops people from making movements forward. When they think they're going to break away and talk, he pulls it out. And he's just sitting there with it, waiting to dump the information on people. And there are people who would love to be able to get a hold of it. This is solving the problem, getting a hold of it, but they can't. So they stay in the family. This is how he's controlling the party. Now,
Yeah.
and I got, is it going to save him in the future? And it said no. People are figuring out what he's got and how to get around it. They're building up their defenses. They're not going to worry about crying over spilt milk because they realize it's all going to come out anyway. So it's best just to face it, like pull the Band-Aid off. They're going to take away their thing from their King of Cups, and they're going to wrap themselves in the fact that he misrepresents the information that they're going back to protecting the people and being the emperor. That's what they're going to be their lie to get out of it. But that's how he's controlling right now. He must have some really good stuff, really bad stuff. I'm sorry about them, but
Yeah, it's all about compromise to keep the party or his group in order. And so I got Knight of Coins, Five of Wands, and then being united for him. It's all about some kind of compromise. This can be a book too, possibly holding on to something. Gifts. There's a gift. So he does have some kind of compromise. To keep people in order. To keep with that Five of Wands energy is like it's a struggle between their goals. Like what do I say? What I say? I don't want this out. So yeah, there is some kind of book or listings of how he keeps the people in order.
Probably in paper somewhere because the guy doesn't do anything on a computer.
Probably in a safe. Who knows if it's true or not? But I was seeing some. We were talking last week about the safe and the raid or the warrant, or whatever, and people are asking about what about other places, and then my guys are showing me that like in Trump Tower there's probably a secret wall, big safe there that no one really is supposed to know about. Keep stuff in there because that'd be kind of dumb to keep things in your home. But I'm seeing things coming to light here at the right time. Everything's coming out with the sun, and then we have the Ace of Cups, and then all these poor people are going to have to figure out a way to backtrack why they've supported this man. It's going to be a tough time for a lot of people. All these Republicans that walk the line for 45 when everything comes down and he's criminally charged and everything's come to light about the Russian loans and everything.
Yep.
That 7-8 of Cups feels really bad. It's like my cup doesn't overflow. I'm in a bad moment. Like, what do I do now? Do I just walk away? Do I have that heartbreak moment? Yeah, it's gonna be good times coming up. Those poor people.
I don't feel sorry for those poor people. They did whatever he got pictures, or they took whatever they took.
It's more of the other people, all the people they hurt. Those poor people. When you have to face the truth, that's why it's just nuts. Why Lindsey Graham thinks it's a good idea to fight subpoenas when you know you're going to lose.
Well, that's why the Republicans have been so dangerous, because they know the corner they're backed in better than we do. Except when you lay the cards and you get the tower and the devil all together. But well, J. Edgar Hoover, somebody just pointed out who J. Edgar Hoover was. He controlled the country for a long time by using his agents to get information on people and threaten them with it.
Yeah, a little black book.
Mhm.
Yeah, just a card of the day. We'll get out of here. It's been
Okay.
an hour and 50 minutes already. Crazy how fast it goes. Join our time with you.
I got the card I pulled today is surrender your negative thinking. And it says, you have control over your thoughts. When negative thoughts surface, say, thank you for sharing, and quickly refocus on positive affirmations. Because it's so easy to get sucked into, oh, they always get away with it and all that stuff. When you hear that in your head, say, thank you for sharing, and think about the positives and things about people having to face the responsibilities of what they've caused.
Grab two from my oracle, and it's basically don't worry about stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Relax, take a chill. Don't let life, news, and all this nonsense worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
Just peace in the mind, love in the heart.
Mm-hmm.
There's more to life than 45 going down. Enjoy the news, get excited. It'll happen in its right time. So expand your mind beyond nonsense. Love in the
Mm-hmm.
heart, touch in the spirit. But basically, just chill.
Yeah, move to higher vibrations and
Yep. If you're upset,
but what's
yeah.
your
If you're
higher vibration for the week? What's your higher vibrations that are coming up this week, Scott? Where are you going to be? People can see you.
um, gonna have a show Tuesday and Wednesday. Um, probably Political Tuesday. Wednesday is someone I had on 2 years ago. She wants to share something, so that's kind of a surprise.
Cool.
Thursday, I'm going on with Katie.
Yeah.
She's having a series or something, so I'm joining on Katie's channel. I forgot what her name is completely right now, but if everyone knows KD,
Mm-hmm.
Light
Katie
Workers
Moon.
World or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
forgetting. But I'll put that on my um, community tab or share it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure a lot of people know Katie. That's my plans. Just maybe busy Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Thursday. Yeah.
I'm Tuesday and Thursday. I'm going to have sort of open mic on my channel about different things.
Oh,
Wednesday morning, I'm taping Katie Moon Child's World, and she
yeah, it
just
is.
put
Moonchild World. That's what it is.
right. And on Wednesday, I'm taping a past life show with Danny Shea. We're gonna, and
Cool.
we both now have the past life garden, and we're gonna both do that. And we've invited 3 guinea pig people to come on and have their past lives looked at, which will be
Nice.
kind of fun. And and then the Tuesday and Thursday, I'm not sure what my topics are going to be, but then I'm kind of taking a little bit of a break because I've worked every day and I have readings in between, which you can go to my website, www.crystaldirections.com, and find out how to sign up to find out about the readings. And I have my crystals and I have my eggs and I have my garden. And we had my first garden party, the big one that was much better organized. And we had about 13 people in and out, and it was great. We had a good time. They're learning quick.
Lovely. Yeah, I'll be sure to catch you and Danny. The
Yeah,
topic of
well, we'll put
past
it out
lives and
together.
learning are always fascinating for me. I love it.
Yeah, and that's a way to tie in and kind of build your vibrations. If that's kind of one of Danny's goals right now is to. It's always been mine, but we're going to talk a little bit about raising your. Mhm. Be more
Beautiful.
piglet, not Eeyore.
No
That's
failure,
true.
not yours. Thanks, Aries. All right, blessings, everyone. Thank you so much for joining.
Bye
Uh,
bye.
of this
See
time.
you this week.
Bye.